Kay aliado na
Now,
ba
in your
ni BBM
Facebook
si
page,
Gov
you
Barry 4?
posted 26 billion pesos of flood control funds for Cebu. Yet we are flooded to the max. So this got over close to 23,000 shares. Very rabid comments, of course, of angry citizens. What did you mean by this? Ipaliwanag nyo bakit po ninyo ito pinost?
You know, you began to ask the question kung bakit grabe yung flash floods dito when we have 26.600 billion for flood control projects. So yun lang naman sa akin. I begin to ask question, bakit ganun? 26.6 plus 600 plus billion yung ano dito, flood control funds. And yet ito yung nangyayari sa amin.
Oo.
And to
Matanong
think,
ko lang,
Karen, yung Tino is worse than Odette.
in terms of rainfall,
Yes, in terms of rainfall. Kasi yung
Oo.
Odette, malakas yung hangin doon. Itong
Oo.
Tino, grabe, yung flooding talaga.
okay. So, matanong ko po sa inyo, ma'am, nung nanalo po kayo na governor, it's already been, I would say, nakaisang taon na po kayo, ma'am?
Over 100 days, Karen.
100 days pa lang. Okay.
Over 100 days.
Have
A
you
little over.
have you or your team ever seen the flood control projects in Cebu Province? Kasi tama
Yes.
kayo, ang laki ng pondo, 26 billion. Nakita niyo po ba ang kalidad at ang mga flood control projects sa Cebu Province?
Yes, Karen. Yeah, nakita namin and we submitted already reports regarding this one.
Okay.
But,
Can
yes.
you share the reports? Anong natuklasan po ninyo, ma'am?
I think it's for ICI to divulge the information that we have submitted.
Oo.
But
Pero,
definitely, meron. Yeah.
no, tuloy niyo, ma'am.
But definitely, we have seen, projects here in the province na, I should say, mga ghost projects.
So may ghost flood control projects in Cebu Province.
Yes, Karen.
Oo. And who were the contractors? Ito ba ang Diskaya, Sunwest, Hightone? Sino po?
It's not for me to say for now, Karen. No, we have submitted the reports already. But what I can say is we have seen substandard projects as well. At saka
Sa
may mga bulk water projects na inamit yung mga license to some contractors na hindi naman sila yung gumawa.
Okay.
Yun lang masabi ko for now, Karen.
Oo, pero sa pag-iimbestiga po ninyo, sa sarili po ninyong probinsya, meron man lang bang matinong flood control project or most of it ay talaga pong ghost, substandard, at yung bulk water ay problemado?
Substandard, Karen.
So all of the flood control projects are either ghost or substandard in Cebu Province?
Yes, Karen.
Wow. Okay. At ma'am, ilan po yun, if you don't mind, without giving details? Ilan po ang naimbestigahan po ng team ninyo?
We've submitted the report, Karen, and we'll just allow the investigative body to reveal the details.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So I will leave you on that. But do you believe that it was the past administration who is
I-
responsible?
Definitely, Karen. Because I'm just here in just an over 100 days. Thank you. And by the time I got here, that's when the flood control, the president announced it during his SONA. Remember, that was around July when he was the one who talked about the flood control projects.
So
So-
has it been many years that the past administration, I mean, or that the province has been receiving flood control funding?
I
Ilang
suppose-
taon na po? Alam niyo po ba ilang taon na? Panahon pa po ba ni Duterte? Ganun po ba hanggang ngayon?
I think 2019. 2019.
2019.
Yeah, 2019, yes.
So, I mean, nung 2016, it was also your predecessor, Governor Gwen Garcia, who was sitting in that chair. Were there flood control projects being built in Cebu then?
Well, It's not for me to say, but what I can tell you is 2019 nagsimula.
Okay. All right.
Ang flood
Ang,
control.
ano po ba, 2019 nagsimula ang alleged corruption? Ganun po ba sa flood control?
I suppose.
All right. Okay. Now, I'll move on, I think. Any announcements, Governor? I think this is a good time for, if you want to call on to the government, the private sector, ibahagi nyo na po lahat ng pangangailangan po ninyo ngayon, ma'am.
Yes, I have already relayed to the national government anong kailangan namin dito sa Cebu. And I want to appeal also to the public na if there are any donations for Cebu, right now we are open for it. And most especially, I want to tell the Cebuanos that do not lose hope. As you know, the meaning of hope. You know, hold on, pain's end. No, let's not lose hope. Everything happens for a reason, and you never know what tomorrow may bring. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Matanong ko lang po, ma'am, for donations, does the province prefer cash? Or if people donate in kind, what do the evacuees, what does the province need?
Logistically, it's better pag cash, Karen, no? So, para dito na lang namin ma-purchase kung anong kailangan. And also, what the province really need right now is yung mga, ano namin yun, infrastructure, you know, job creation. Kasi talaga tamaan yung ano namin dito, ekonomiya namin dito ngayon.
All right. Okay. Yes. On that note, I want to thank you for joining me today, Cebu Governor Pam Baricuatro. Maraming salamat, ma'am.
Thank you, Karen. Thank you.
Kay aliado na ba ni BBM si Gov Baricuatro?
You
Based
must have
on
been
experts'
shocked by
opinion.
the images of what you saw
Yes,
in Cebu.
of course. I'm Cebuano, so thoughts and prayers to everyone there. But yes, it's a bit of a shock to see all of the people who were affected and died because of all of this. I mean, the problems had been building up over the years, of course. And Metro Cebu has roughly the same problems as Metro Manila, so slightly smaller scale. But it was expected that
It was bound to happen.
it was bound to happen.
Okay. List the mistakes.
Well, it's the same as Metro Manila,
Too much urbanization.
urbanization, deforestation of the uplands, the drainage systems that are clogged up and unmaintained, and then the interventions of the DPWH that, in the light of findings by the DNR, actually don't work. That means the lining of the river revetments with concrete actually do more harm than good, according to USEC CP David. And I've been traveling around Cebu this past 3 years, ever since COVID lifted, and I've seen Cebu is linear, no, the north to south, so it has a
Just
a
one
mountain
straight
ridge.
highway.
One straight
Right.
island and one up ridge, which falls on either side. So Metro Cebu has several rivers that flow from the ridge down to the water, the straits and the bay. So if this drainage lines are clogged, if the rivers are lined by substandard revetments, then things are bound to go wrong.
Dismayado naman ang gobernador ng Cebu sa kung paano sila binaha ng Bagyong Tino sa kabila ng mahigit 26 na bilyong pisong halaga ng mga proyekto kontra baha. Umabot na sa palasyo ang kanyang sentimiento. Ang tugon nito sa pagtutok ni Ian Cruz.
Sa Facebook dinala ni Cebu Governor Pam Baricuatro ang sama ng loob sa dinanas na naman nilang kalamidad dulot ng bagyong si Tino. 26 billion pesos daw ang pondo para sa flood control project sa buong lalawigan. Pero flooded to the max daw ang inabot ng maraming LGU sa lalawigan nila kahapon. Nabasa raw ng Pangulo ang shout-out ni Governor.
Yan po ang dahilan kung bakit po nagpapaimbestiga ang Pangulo Marcos Jr. dahil nakita niya po yung epekto, may mga budget na inilaan para dito pero parang hindi gumagana. Kaya mas maganda po na kung siya man po ay nagagalit, yan din po ang nararamdaman ng Pangulong Marcos Jr. Kung meron po siya pang mga alam, may mga facts, may mga data rin po, si Governor para dito mas na makakatulong sa ating gobyerno para mapanagot ang dapat mapanagot, yan po ay welcome.
Sa datos na nakalap ng GMA Integrated News Research mula sa isumbong mo sa
Based
Pangulo
on
website,
facts.
may 414 flood control projects sa Cebu Province mula taong 2022 hanggang 2025 na nagkakahalaga ng 26.7 billion pesos.
Cebu City.
Pangalawa ang Cebu sa Bulacan sa dami ng flood control projects at sa contract cost. Kahit wala ang Cebu Province sa top 10 flood-prone provinces base sa National Adaptation Plan. 4 sa pinangalanan ng Pangulo na top 15 contractor sa bansa nakakuha ng 117 flood control projects sa Cebu na may kabuang halagang halos 9.6 billion pesos. Sa bayan ng Liloan kung saan may 35 ang naitalang nasawi, may 5 flood control projects na may halagang halos 398 million pesos at lahat base sa isumbong website ay tapos na. Ang dalawa sa pinakamahal na proyekto dito ay co-contractor ang 2 kumpanya ng mga diskaya na Alpha and Omega at St. Matthew General Contractor. Sa bayan ng Compostela na may naitala ng 15 patay kaninang umaga, may 3 flood control projects na may halagang halos 137 million pesos. Iisa ang kontraktor sa 3 proyekto at lahat ng ito ay nasa Kotkot River. Sa Cebu City kung saan may 12 patay, 47 ang flood control projects na may 1.8 billion pesos. Sa Talisay City na may 7 patay kanina, may 21 flood control projects na nasa halagang 2 billion pesos. 13 sa mga proyektong ito, ang QM Builders ang kontraktor na nakabase sa Cebu. Ang QM Builders ang isa sa top 15 contractors. Sa Danao naman kung saan may 9 na nasawi, ay may 2 flood control projects na may halagang 172 million pesos. Maging ang Center Waste Construction na nakabase sa Sorsogon sa Bicol ay may proyekto rin sa mga bayan ng Alegria at Ronda. Ang 3 proyektong ito ay may halagang 212 million pesos. Sinusubukan ng GMA Integrated News sa makuhang panig ng DPWH ukol sa mga flood control projects sa Cebu. Para sa GMA Integrated News, Ian Cruz, nakatutok 24 oras.
Ito ang bundok ng Cebu noon. Ngayon, ito na siya. Worst flash flood in Cebu history. Yan ang sabi mismo ng governor ng Cebu. Sa mga nagkalat na larawan, parang nasa disaster movie ang probinsya. Patong-patong ang mga inanod na sasakyan. Pati sawa, nagsilabasan dahil sa baha. 66 ang patay, 26 ang nawawala at mahigit sa 706,000 na tao ang apektado. Pero teka, bagyo lang ba talaga ang dahilan o kagagawan din to ng mga tao? Ito ang mga itinuturong dahilan ngayon kung bakit nangyari ang pinakamalalang pagbaha sa kasaysayan ng Cebu. Una, andyan daw ang overdevelopment sa bundok, the Monterasas the Rise issue. Noong 2023, nag-viral ang post ni Atty. Jesus Falsis tungkol sa Monterasas the Rise, isang condo project sa mountainside ng Cebu. Ang kanyang post ay directed mismo kay Slater Young, engineer at developer ng nasabing proyekto. May 3 tanong si Atty. Falsis kay Slater. Una, ilang hectares ng mga puno ang pinuputol para maipatayo ang mga kondos. Pangalawa, kaya daw bang pantayan ng concrete at irrigation system ang kakayahan ng mga ugat ng mga puno na sumipsip ng ulan? Ang pangatlong tanong niya, may environmental impact assessment ba silang maipakita? Marami na kasing residente ang nagrereklamo na bago daw itinayo ang Monterasas, hindi pa sila binabaha noon. Pero pagkatapos nito, biglang nagkaroon na ng flash flood sa Guadalupe Heights. Ang dating matabang bundok, naging sementadong slide ng tubig daw. Reason number 2. Andyan ang quarrying at dolomite mining. Kung iisipin mo, ang kabundukan ng Cebu ay mayaman sa granite at dolomite. Pero ngayon, para na itong keso na puro butas dahil sa quarrying. Ayon sa kudaw.org, may 11 malalaking kumpanya rito, gaya ng Apo Cement, Republic Cement, Taheo, Eagle Cement at Dolomite Mining Corp. Ginagamit ang dolomite sa construction at steel. Maliban dyan, sa Cebu din kinuha ang dolomite na ginamit sa infamous Dolomite Beach sa Manila Bay. Ayon sa mga eksperto, ang kapalit daw nito ay pagkasira ng kabundukan sa Cebu. Makikita sa post ni Clifford Chong ang drone shot ng larawan ng bundok sa Cebu na lagas na. Ang caption niya, Atlas Mining o Carmen Copper Corporation in Toledo, Cebu. Sabi pa ng kilusan ng mga magsasaka, I quote, ang baha sa Cebu ay hindi lang gawa ng bagyo, gawa rin ng tao. Reason number 3, ineffective and questionable flood control projects. Nako, dito na naman tayo sa flood control na to. Hindi na matapos-tapos. Ito ang pinakamasakit. May baha kahit bilyones na ang ginastos para labanan ang pagbaha. Ayon sa KMP, may mahigit na 25.5 billion pesos na flood control budget para sa Cebu mula noong 2022 hanggang 2025 sa 6th district pa lang, which is sa Lapu-Lapu, Mandawi, Consolacion at Cordova. May 7.3 billion pesos na proyekto ang flood control at sa Cebu City mismo 3.8 billion pesos ang nagastos nila sa 3 taon. Pero ang tanong, nasaan ang resulta ng bilyong-bilyong pisong flood control projects na ito? Reason number 4, nature's payback plus climate change. Syempre, hindi rin natin maaalis ang epekto ng climate change. Sabi ng Pag-asa, ang ulan ni Tino ay katumbas ng 1 buwan at kalahati ng ulan sa 1 araw lang. Kung sira na ang watershed at barado pa ang drainage, matik yan. Instant swimming pool ang buong lungsod. So yun na nga mga kamagkano, ang baha ay hindi lang problema ng ulan. Problema din yan ng taong walang pakialam. Hindi lang yan natural disaster. Human-made disaster din yan. Kung gusto mo pa na magito pang awareness content, dito lang yan sa channel ko kaya follow ka na. Mag-subscribe ka na rin sa aking bagong YouTube channel. Yun lang, maraming salamat sa panonood mga kamagkano.
Why is Gov. Baricuatro still
Ilang-
insisting
may-
on
alam niyo po ba ilang
2019?
taon na? Panahon pa po ba ni Duterte? Ganun po ba hanggang ngayon?
I think 2019. 2019.
2019.
Yeah, 2019, yes.
So, I mean, nung 2016, it was also your predecessor, Governor Gwen Garcia, who was sitting in that chair. Were there flood control projects being built in Cebu then?
Well, it's not for me to say, but what I can tell you is 2019 nagsimula.
Okay. All right.
Flood control.
Ano po ba? 2019 nagsimula ang alleged corruption? Ganun po ba sa flood control?
I suppose.
Just react, explore. We are not Filipinos for nothing.